Last night, just after I got through posting video number 2, I got an email from a friend of mine in Kelowna, and apparently he tried to do something like this once before too. And so he talked about all the problems he was having with lighting, and I emailed him back and indicated, yeah, I know what he's talking about, sort of thing. And then I got to thinking, I've got this thing that I normally stick on the front of my macro lens if I want to do close-up video. Now this is actually quite bright. Okay, right now it's on its lowest setting. But if I get this thing just right, it gives a nice white illuminated area here, and I think this might just be the answer to my problem. I'll turn it up here so you can see. That's actually quite bright. Okay. The only problem is with it, it runs off batteries, so I don't know how long the batteries will last. On the good side is it's LEDs and they don't use much electricity, so anyway, we'll see what happens here. I got a feeling this is going to be a lot better than this. And as you can see, I've made it so that I can slide it back and forth and get the white light to focus just right. Because it does have a tendency to be dark in the center or the sides, depending on how far away it is from the from its source. Okay. Oh, and this ring here that I epoxied on, that's going to be really handy. You'll see in a minute how that's going to work. The light came with 7 different rings. I only needed 3 of the different sizes. This was an extra one, so it turned out really, really good. Okay, I don't know if you can notice it or not, but you notice how it's a little dark there in the center? But as I slide it out, it goes away. Now I'm getting it dark on the edges. So there's sort of a sweet spot there. Now this could actually turn out to be an advantage, because I was noticing that on those slides they were darker on the edges. So it could be that I can maybe increase the brightness on the edges of the slide by having it like this. But anyway, if I put it like that, I got a pretty good even illumination over this whole area here. That's going to be interesting. I haven't actually tried this out yet, so. I'm using my old video camera here for this, and the reason for that is because my good one, you're looking at it. Anyway, notice how this thing will just wander out of focus? Boy, is that annoying. Now there is one little fly in the ointment, and that is that it's not as easy now to get the slides in as it was before. Well, in is okay. How do I get it out? I guess I have to make some sort of a little hook, I guess, that I can just, maybe tweezers, grab onto it and pull it out. Anyway, I'll figure it out. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work or not, if you're going to be able to see it, but I'll put the camera on live view. And there I've got that dark slide in, still from yesterday. And one nice thing that I have found is that the autofocus will work on each slide. So I'll be able to precisely focus in on each slide. That's a bonus. I don't think depth of field is going to be a big factor because what it's focusing on is perfectly flat. But I'll probably snap them around f8. And that means a 1/13 of a second at f8, 100 ISO. I'm using my remote shutter release to set the shutter off. That'll avoid any camera shake. By having the pictures come up on my laptop like that, I can sort of see if any of them are really badly under or overexposed. So far, I'm happy with all of them. Now what is really nice about this setup is, the way I have it set up is that it won't take the picture unless it's exactly in focus. You probably noticed that there's two of each picture coming up there on the laptop. Well, one is a high definition JPEG and the other is the RAW file. And I'll probably only use the RAW file if I want to do a super good job on one of the pictures. Now here's one that's fairly dark. We'll see what happens here. You'll probably be able to hear that the shutter speed is a little bit longer. There, you could notice it. I don't know what it was, but it's probably half a second. Now you can see that picture is quite dark. Now here's another one. This is actually a picture of the moon. Out the front window of the house we lived at, Dory Lake. Well, you can sort of see it there. Okay, now here's the one that wouldn't focus. We'll just try it again. Nope, won't do it. Now I figured out why I couldn't get the camera to focus on that one slide. Right in the center of that slide there was sort of a very light clear spot, and I think the camera was actually looking right through it, and it was trying to focus on that white piece of paper, and of course it couldn't do that either. So it kind of got confused and gave up. But you know, out of all this pile of slides here, that's not too bad. Just one picture. Just one slide wouldn't focus. Well, as you can see, this goes really fast. I'm quite happy with it. What I'll do at the very end of this video, I'll just flash through a whole bunch of these pictures that I took, and you'll see. I won't adjust them at all in Photoshop. I'll just let you see how they came out, just the way the camera adjusted them.